to have proof that he could be a ball hawk as well. Um, Jordan Howden, I think he is a ball hawk, not as great, depending on what the Saints are trying to have him do. I don't know. Who else? Demario Davis is not ball hawker. He's a run stuffer, zone zone guy. He's unique. Um, who else? Pete Warner. I don't know what Pete Warner is. He seems like a zone guy, like a guy that a guy that should be working the zone and like trying to pick the ball off. He seems like because of the size, he seems like he's a ball hawk guy, but I haven't seen it. He's more like a run stuffer too. Um, yeah. So this team, it's like the defense is like its focus point is ball hawking though. I think their focus point is turning the ball over, causing fumbles and interceptions. That's what the focal point of this team is. But what they're lacking in that kind of playmaking defense is a pass rush. When you have the pass rush, your playmaking defense looks Hall of Fame. They already look Hall of Fame, and they're not even taking the ball away. But after like those six losses, they look far, far, far from that Hall of Fame secondary that I thought they could be because they don't have D tackles. That is what hurts the defensive ends. And I don't think the Saints can trade, even be buyers before the trade deadline to get a defensive tackle. That's not going to happen. But Brian Breesy, I mean, if you're looking at the future and you don't have Cam Jordan, Brian Breesy could fill that spot. If you keep Chase Young, then you're in a better situation than you thought. Um, Peyton Turner, if he could stay healthy, and Isaiah Foskey, like we will be really good at defensive ends if these guys are panning out. Like for depth pieces, yeah, it will be looking very good. We just need to have at least three defensive tackles on this team. Well, honestly, four if you want them to do the dirty work. And we don't got guys that really do the dirty work. Like Cam Jordan, he gonna try, but he too small. Ryan Breesy, he's going to play the game he's going to play. I think if you see Brian Breesy use more bull rush and power moves, you could probably see him ending his season early. Probably have a pectoral tear or whatever. I don't think the bull rush is really part of his game. I think it'll bring some more injury. Um, Same thing with Carl Sanders and Nathan Shepard. So none of those guys are bull rushing D tackles. You kind of do need a bull in the china shop, kind of as a D tackle, somebody that's going to move the pocket, not really to rush the passer, but to get the passer off of their mark. Like I don't see none of the quarterbacks really get off their mark because the middle is not pushing. The middle is not being cohesive with the defensive ends. Like defensive ends are getting pushed or they're crashed. They do a great job, but they get only so far to the quarterback when a defense of tackles have not pushed the pocket. They pretty much give a lane for the quarterback to run up. And to see Kirk Cousins not bothered by it, to see Jalen Hurts not bothered by it, Justin Herbert, um, who else? I mean, we lost to six people, so I mean, there's six names I could name, but I only named three. There's only three more left. So, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. The problem is will remain the same through the whole entire season. You will not see the Saints win games because of this, because the general manager or whoever the scouting guy is that believes that we can win games on the defensive line with just nothing but defensive ends and like hybrid defensive ends, the guys that could play in the inside and outside but are lacking in the run game. Yeah, you see it. Sometimes you got to pop out and show them. And Cam Jordan was showing y'all when y'all was trying to draft freaking Peyton Turner, and it's just like, well, we just gonna have to make it work. And now they try to make it work. They were bought in when they got Peyton Turner. They were still bought in when they got Isaiah Foskey. They were still bought in when they got Brian Breesy. Now Uh they ain't bought in. You having two player meetings and all this type of stuff. None of these players are gonna try to play for y'all, bro, because they don't see the direction that y'all going on defense nor on offense. Offense is trash. I don't care if you have Derek Carr. I don't care if you have Spencer Rattler. The offense is trash because the focal point is not the quarterback that we have in the offense. We need a running quarterback because you don't have playmaking wide receivers. Y'all do that spit and shine on Rashid Shaheed because he's a deep threat, and y'all do it in with Chris Olave. But I'm like, after that, who do you have? You have no wide receivers. So you have to go ahead and either get a wide receiver if you think you're that close in the first round. But I don't believe that. I don't think y'all got the quarterbacks to go ahead and deliver that that punch to get that team off their behind and say like a fire underneath them. Y'all don't have a quarterback like that. So Jalen Miro, well, I did have his picture up here, but Jalen Miro is like the best bet to me, just to get a punch in the Saints fans' arm, something in the locker room, something like that. Like you need to have this running game the focal point of the future of New Orleans. You can't do what you did before, man. You can't bring in Drew Brees. You can't recreate a Drew Brees. You can't recreate a Sean Payton. Like I don't know what Mickey Loomis was thinking. Like you can't recreate what was already great. Like what's broke, you, you don't fix it. You can't fix it if it's not broken. But you can't lose it. And Mickey Loomis, you lost the focal point and the face of that team was Sean Payton. I mean, Sean Payton and Drew Brees were the focal points of the team. They were the face, they were the future of the team. Now with Drew Brees gone, Sean Payton is the focal point of the team. Now he's going to rebuild the team the way he needs to see it. And you lost that vision. Now it's just like, okay, what do we have? We got players that played in the Sean Payton scheme, but we're steady losing those players, or we're steady losing the players that are not bought in what Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen is giving. So yeah, we're just way in the water. We we ashes in the wind right now because we've been burnt. We've been burnt to ash at this point. So the only thing we could go ahead come back as the phoenix from them ashes is to truly burn everything down. Do your cap situation. Get yourself a running quarterback, whether it's Justin Fields or Jalen Miro, or get both of them and build this organization from the ground up again, because that's what you're gonna have to do, Mickey. You can't win with the guys that were in the Sean Payton era. They're not bought into what you're selling because one, Sean Payton is not there, and you don't have a coach to handle those kind of personalities. Kubiak, he's a fun guy. He's a cool guy, but he seems like he's strictly business. So you got that guy, and then you got God doggone Dennis Allen, and I don't know. Like you need, like Mickey, you gotta understand. You need to have a conflict of vision when you're looking at things, and then you gotta learn how to work with the money. Because I think that's the biggest problem why Sean Payton left. You didn't know how to work with the money correctly. You were paying certain guys that didn't need to be paid. You needed to listen to your coach at that point in time. Or maybe you did listen to the coach and the coach made a bad decision. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not there in the locker room. I'm not there in those personal conversations. But all I could tell you this is Brian Brees is a defensive end. You don't need me to tell you. You can go look at the videos and see how Brian Brees is a true defensive end than a D tackle. Like I could call him a hybrid, but this guy has no power rush moves. And if he does use a power rush, I believe that he's ending his season early because I don't think his body can withstand that. So I see the hand fighting movements and whatnot. Like a lot of guys I looked at in the draft that we could have gotten at defensive end, like say the Charles, I forgot a Tua Lele or something like his name was, the guy with the who is this year's best speed pass rusher. I think he's with the Colts or something like that. Yeah, Brian Breesy can already do what he almost does. He's not as fast as him, but he could do that hand fighting that he does. I saw within the Reese Bowl or wherever the Senior Bowl, wherever the freak he was in, and then he's doing it in the NFL at the same time too. Yeah, he's the best pass rusher that we might have on this team if we put him on the defensive end side. But that's the problem. We got too many defensive ends on this line and hybrid D tackles with Nathan Shepard and Carl Saunders with our which is they're not great at anything. They're just they're okay to have. They're it's like you want a deluxe McChicken or what I haven't eaten freaking McDonald's food in a while, so I wouldn't know. Okay, here we go. Let's say you want salmon, but you get tilapia. Like you sell for it because it's all right. That's how I look at Carl Sanders and Nathan Shepard. You sell for it because it's all right, but they're not like going to be the main dish to get people into your restaurant at all. Like you ain't going to say like, "Hey, we got tilapia." Like, "Hey, we can get tilapia anywhere else." Like, how you going to cook it though? How's the tilapia going to be cooked? How's it going to be seasoned? How it is? And right now, if you look at Carl Saunders, Nathan Shepard, it's kind of plain. And you look at Brian Breesy, it's like, it's good, but I don't think this dish was made in the right way. Like it's good, but the dish ain't made the right way. You gotta put it with something else. Like Brian Breesy, you gotta put him at defensive end, not defensive tackle. You gotta put him at defensive end. You see how he works from there. What else? There's not much to like really rebuild on this team. Like this team really is. They're 2-6 right now, but they really are almost there. In the draft, like you could see them go. I say quarterback first round, trade back in the first round. I would love to get Ashton Genty. But I mean, I could pass on that. There's other running backs out there that you can get. I just need someone that could pair up with Jalen Merrill. Like you gotta get the guys that could pair up with Jalen Merrill. Like, I don't wouldn't draft a wide receiver in the first round. So I would go the defensive tackle. If I could trade back in the first round, I'll go defensive tackle. I'll probably go quarterback, then defensive tackle. Either Kenneth Grant. Yeah, Kenneth Grant will probably be my number one pick. And then Jalen Merrill. But okay, so like yeah, Jalen Merrill, Kenneth Grant. Then I go if I could get a second round pick. If I could still have a second round pick, I'll probably get another defensive tackle. I forgot how to say this guy's name, but I think he's from Ohio State. His last name is Williams. Really like that guy. That's another guy that can see take on double team, just like Kenneth Grant, who's like 200, 339 pounds, 340 pounds, or something like that. I could see that line working with these three: Brian Breesy, Kenneth Grant, and I forgot how to say the guy's first name, but his last name is Williams from Ohio State. To see these three work together will be a nice thing to have. You got two guys that could fight double team. One has a crazy motor with Kenneth Grant, and the other one, Brian Breesy, who is really a defensive end to me. You just have those guys on the line together. I believe, I wholeheartedly believe that it's going to be a nightmare for the offensive lines. Period. To have three guys like that on the line is dangerous. Only saying that because if Williams could eat double teams, that means you have Kenneth Grant 1-on-1. You got Brian Breesy 1-on-1. And then you could, I mean, whatever, Brian Breesy 1-on-1, switch out, you put Kenneth Grant out, you put Brian Breesy there. You get these guys 1-on-ones, it's gonna be nasty. But you need to find two D tackles that could eat double teams. Kenneth Graham could eat double teams, and Williams from Ohio State could eat double teams. Breesy, no. Breesy, like on first and second down, I'm having this guy on the outside doing 1-on-ones. And then to make a NASCAR package, I put him back on the inside, have Carl Granderson or Chase Young, whoever I took out for the first and second down, out there. I'll probably take out Chase Young on first and second down, put Brian Breesy out there, have Carl Granderson out there because guys are better at defending the run when they're on one on ones than when they're double team. Even with Carl Granderson getting chipped by the running back, he's still better at stopping the run. Doesn't I mean, well, getting chipped by the tight end, not the running back. He's still better at stopping the run. And Breesy, I think he's better at stopping the run when he's one on one. And he has quick movements. Really good. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. Like, subscribe. I'm going to try to work on this gaming channel. I'm having trouble with Block Ops for some reason. The thing is not trying to let me play. It keeps on crashing. I'm trying to fix that to start this gaming channel. But hopefully Saints, I guess, win against Carolina, get Derek Carr back. I'm going to be impressed, but I'm just looking towards the future, and we're not trying to win in the now because the now 2-6, 2-6 season is long. I'm like, yep, 2-6 could look like 2-7. 2-7 could look like 2-8. And 2-8 look like 2-9. 2-9 is 2-10. I think if y'all get to 2-7 and y'all lose to Carolina, it's up. That's all I'm going to say. It's up. It is up. All right, guys. You have a blessed day. Enjoy your Friday. I'll probably make another video on Saturday, actually talking about Jalen Miro and other draft prospects. And hopefully, this Saturday, I mean not Saturday, this Sunday, that this video is dropping today, that the Saints can hear it and be like, you know what? That Joy Boy guy, we heard him. We're putting Brian Reese at defensive end. Thank you, God. Because, good Lord, I seen this man in double teams. I see him getting pushed off the ball. And I'm like, this is not good. This is not good. For being 306.5, pad level is not getting low enough to go ahead and fight off double teams. His pad level is not getting low enough at all, even one on one. This guy kind of stands up a little bit and does hand fighting. Like he plays a different way. I like the way he plays at a defensive end, but not at D tackle. You need some rough neck boys there. All right, y'all have a good one.